Hello, my name's Steve Burrington. I'm a huge Patsy Cline fan, and I wanted to share this video with you. This is a video I was lucky enough to take of Patsy Cline's dream home on September 9th and 10th of 2019. My friend Susan Noss and I are from Alberta, Canada, and we were on a week's holiday in Nashville, Tennessee at the time. The owners of Patsy's former home at the time were Steve Shurey and Thomas Corder. They lived on the top floor and were letting people stay in the bottom floor, which used to be Patsy Cline's rec room, as part of an Airbnb they were running. Steve Shurey met us at the gate when we pulled up to the carport. He showed us around the bottom floor. This was a dream come true for me. I always wondered what it would look like inside Patsy Cline's house. She lived there for less than a year before she died in a plane crash on March 5th, 1963.
Explain what's happening.
Okay, we're getting to the Patsy Cline's house where we're going to be staying. We're getting there. We're coming.
To turn on Nella Drive.
Nella Drive.
Approaching right turn on Nella Drive.
It's coming up.
Can you see anything?
Point two.
You don't have to worry about that anymore.
I'm looking at the GPS and then I'm not holding the camera right.
We're on Nella Drive, so we came off Connor, Nella.
Okay, right here. We're getting there. Is this the house? Which one is it?
Approaching destination on the right.
On the right. Oh, I can't see.
Susan's behind.
It's over here somewhere. $8.15.
I see it.
Is this it?
No.
You have arrived. 815 Nella Drive.
Oh,
You have arrived.
We have arrived.
You have arrived. Nella Drive.
Should I stop?
Go right in.
Yeah, I guess you
It's
could.
okay, keep filming.
Yeah. Not sure where we park.
I'll just park right here. Right in Patsy's thing.
Okay, you take over now. Okay, we'll turn this off.
We're here, Susan.
We made it. Power down.
I'm getting
Okay,
out
you
of here.
go. 'Cause he probably
So
missed
this
it.
was, is
This looks just like it did when she was here.
really? Okay.
The
This is Steve. I'm just doing it for my video
oh
camera.
jeez.
Sorry, I won't interrupt you. Keep
Oh
going.
no. But
This
yeah,
is
this
how
was
it
her
was?
laundry
Okay.
room,
Cool.
and can you imagine if these walls could talk?
So that's like original, do you think? Or the
I want to say it is, but that I
Yeah.
can't say for sure.
Oh yeah.
The knobs look like 60s.
Yeah.
To me, they do.
Yeah.
Flooring
You
is.
know,
Yeah.
the flooring definitely is, because when we moved here, over the years, people had put carpet all over this. You know, in the 70s, you know, that was a big.
The horrible 70s carpet.
And then the old people that we bought it from, they had that ironware carpet glued to this floor.
Oh no.
It was glued, so Tom spent, he could tell you better than I, but I want to say several weeks on his hands and knees with a scraper and scraped all the black glue off this floor.
That must have taken forever.
It did. It was, I wouldn't be able to do it. That was just, but he was determined to salvage his floor. So, and you know, there's got some issues, like here's a crack, but
Yeah.
I think it's better to just let it the way it
Is
was.
this part of her furniture or no?
No, we don't have any of her furniture.
No.
No, it just so happens that I like mid-century stuff.
Yeah.
So,
This reminds me of the plant that's in the Patsy Cline Museum. Have you
Oh,
been there to the
I
Patsy
have
Cline?
been there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you know
they-
that her china cabinet, they've got
Yes.
that kind of that Asian looking guy, and then
Yeah.
I just took pictures of all the again for the second
The
time.
Millers, that's who own the museum. They're pretty wealthy people, and they are the sweetest people you'd ever want to meet. You wouldn't think they had 2 pennies to rub together. That's how kind they are. And but when they were coming into, they're from California, and they were coming into town to do this Patsy Museum, they got a hold of us and they said, could we come over there because we're not sure what rooms we're going to replicate. So, you know, we said sure, you know, because we are Patsy fans, you know.
Yes.
And I never understood why there was never a museum, or why they only show those early pictures of her when she first started, and they're not very good pictures.
My favorite pictures are her in her photo album sessions, like the red, blue, and yellow
Yes.
sessions. I love those pictures.
See, like all good entertainers,
Yeah.
she was evolving.
Yeah.
So, and she wasn't afraid to, you know, branch out, because she was a crossover hit, you know, pop too.
Mm-hmm.
And she was smart that way, you know, like Dolly, and you
Yeah.
think of it like
Yeah.
Elvis.
Yeah.
You know, they had that certain something, and a lot of people aren't as, I don't know what's the word, creative, that they will, like when Patsy started wearing those long gowns and everything, nobody in country music wore that.
Yeah.
So, you know,
And I think back then some of them thought she was too sexy too, or
I'm sure, you know, to anything and everything, you know. But even in the early 60s, wearing a wig, that was only the bold and the creative people that done that, you know.
Yeah.
And Patsy did that.
yeah, she wore that blonde wig.
Yes, and so, you know, this says a lot about her, you know, and that was the thing that I was worried about, and I also was so happy about when I went to the museum, because they've got more of the later pictures of her that Charlie never released. He wouldn't show people any of these pictures, and
Really?
that's when she
Wow.
looked her best.
Yeah.
And Julie
Yeah.
is like her dad. She prefers those old ones with the cowgirl hat and, you know, all that jazz.
And I'm opposite. Like you, I guess. I like the
The
modern.
elegant.
Yes,
The
exactly.
elegant. I mean,
I just
if you
love
think
those
about it-
album covers. I have 3 above my bedroom,
oh,
like
well,
above
that's
my
nice.
bed, and then I have Everly Brothers on the other.
Oh, they were good
Yeah.
singers too.
And I had to get the records blown up. Like I went to a photography place, so each one's about this big.
Wow.
And
I bet
and they
that's
touched them up
dramatic,
too,
isn't it?
yeah. Because it reminded, I know in the other room you're going to show us, you have some of her pictures.
Well, I don't anymore. I think once they came into, that was the downside about them filming here, because everything of mine, well, not everything, but like all this furniture down here, we had to get it out of here, and they had to take my refrigerators out and bring old ones.
Oh,
And that's
right,
one of the things I'm
right.
kind of nervous about this movie, because I'm kind of, you know, anal about stuff matching, and you know what I mean? I'm kind of funny about that. And when these Hollywood people came here, there's like, I don't know, 30 different people doing 30 different
Yes.
things. Like we got the set director, we got the set
Oh,
director's
yeah, yeah.
assistant, we
Oh,
got
yeah.
this and that and this and that. Well, maybe it's just the way I am, but I was like, they went upstairs and they went in the rooms, and I have it set up the way I have it, And I didn't expect them to, be like, oh, okay, we'll just start shooting like that. I realized it wasn't going to be that. But they would take curtains out of my one bedroom, which was Randy's room, and then they put them in the master bedroom, and then they brought like old. I just hope it don't look hodgepodge. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Because they were bringing, and I was like, oh Jesus, I hope people don't think that's the way it looked.
I hope they didn't wreck your stuff.
No, they were very, very good about that.
Oh,
like,
that's good.
They used all our furniture in the good room, the front room. You'll see all that in there. But they did take all my artwork and stuff down because of copyright.
Oh, yeah.
So, I have a big old mid-century oil painting, and I thought, that guy's long gone, wherever he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even care,
Yeah.
But they're like taking all my artwork off, and my stuff matches.
Yeah.
And then they brought in like this thrift shop stuff and was putting on the wall. I was like, oh, I had to walk away. I was like, oh, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I had no control over it.
It'd be interesting though. You must have been interested in the whole process, like of the movie making.
Oh yeah, that was very exciting, especially getting to hang out with them, and the movie, the hairdressers. Well, imagine that. I really clicked with them. But
So was Julie Fudge really involved with the movie, sort of, or not too much? Like,
I don't know what
Did they
all
consult her? Or,
Well, I know they did in the beginning because
Yeah.
somebody told me that she was taking scenes out of.
Oh right, yeah, you said.
But the 6 days they were here, she never came here. So, but
Has she? Does she come visit here periodically, or
she's been here.
yeah, just for
Yeah,
to
she's been here.
reminisce and stuff? And
No, like
Or-
it took Tom and I 2 years to get that historical marker. Can you believe that?
it wasn't even here 2 years ago though when I was
No.
here, so it must have just come up within the last 2 years.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's a long story too. I have a niece she's younger than you. She was born in '80, but she's very smart and knows all about this electronic stuff. I don't,
Yeah,
But I had been talking to her and I said, this place should be on the historical registry.
it should be.
And so my niece got on her phone and she said, well, call these people. It's like several people, and I called. Long story short, I got a hold of them. Well, Tom and I, we both did. And they sent four young girls that may have been in their early 30s. I don't even know if they were that old. And I was pissed as soon as they came in the door because the one said, well, this is just a little rancher. And I was like, oh, we're off on a bad foot already.
Mm-hmm.
In 1960, was it 1 or 2 they moved here, $30,000 was a lot of money for a house. My parents couldn't afford a $30,000 home.
Yeah.
But to these young girls, they were like, well, it's just a little rancher.
They moved here in '62, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think she was here less than a year. Like she did the Las Vegas thing,
That was
and
over
then
Christmas.
it was less than a year, and she was dead already.
Yeah.
But apparently
That's
she
right.
decorated.
I think they moved in
yeah,
here in May of '62.
yeah. So that's right.
The latter part of May. But, yeah, so anyway, the 4 that they sent, it wasn't a good, I was pissed. And Tom got annoyed at me because I'm kind of outspoken. And their attitude. And then the one said to me, she's like, well, they already have her house in Winchester. And I said, and? And she goes, well, they already have that. I said, well, Elvis Presley has 2 too. He's got his birthplace in Mississippi, and then there's Graceland. I said, and personally, I would go see the Graceland than the place he was born.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
more, like this one's the most interesting to me for
Yes.
Patsy.
I'm glad they had both. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, I think Graceland's way more important because he achieved all this through all his hard
Right.
effort and work, and
Yeah.
this was like her.
Yeah.
She called it her dream home.
The
this
dream
is-
home that Vegas built, or whatever, because
Yes.
it was her. She
So-
earned it there.
But anyway, so then one of them says to me, I was so annoyed. And like I said, then Tom got mad at me because if I'm trying to explain something to someone, and it probably is more me than them, but if they're not understanding if I feel like they're not hearing me or understanding, well then I'm like a busted record. I just keep repeating myself, hoping that, we get on the same thing and we
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so anyway, the one said to me, well, I don't know, it's just this little house and it's in this subdivision and I mean, I don't know. And then the one spoke up and said, well, we just did June Carter's home right over there by the Madison School that we're talking about. And she said, we just got that on the historic one, and I had seen that on TV.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what about that house? And she said, well, that was with her second husband, Carl Smith. And I'm like, okay, now I'm really getting into it, And I said, well, I don't get it. Why would that be any different than this? And she said, well, that was with her second husband, and it's a bigger property. They have a barn. I said, okay. And she said, well, they can have more venues like weddings and this and that.
Oh, yeah.
I said, well, that's wonderful, but personally, I wouldn't go there to have my wedding because how many times was she married? I said, I wouldn't go there. That marriage didn't even last.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was pissed. So they left here, and initially they were like, well, we got to discuss it, and we don't know because they have the house in Winchester, and I was like, and not to be nasty, but if June Carter wouldn't have married Johnny Cash, would we even be talking about her as much as they do?
Yeah.
No.
Unlike Patsy.
I know.
Patsy
Yeah.
did all this herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, it's great if you can hook up with a guy and he just, carries it along,
Yeah.
whatever, but no, I didn't like that. So they said, well, we'll have to discuss it and find out this and that, and I thought, this is a bunch of, and they said, well, if you want the plaque, you'll have to pay for it. I said, well, how much is that? And she said, I think she said $3,000, and I thought, oh, for the love
Holy.
of God.
Oh, wow.
I bet them over there didn't have to pay for theirs.
Yeah.
You think that, you guys had to pay for...
Well, that's what they told us the first time, and then
Oh.
I was so pissed I had to let it go. I was like, I can't, no, because it just aggravated the daylights out of me.
Hopefully the city paid for it. in
Well,
Nashville.
After about a year and a half, then we reached out to them again, and then they said, well, we just got this grant or money or something, and they said, we'll pay for the sign if you're still interested. They said, but we get to pick what's on it. And I thought, I don't care if you write Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo. As long as you spell Patsy's name right at the bottom. That's all I cared about,
Yeah. And also it's like a draw, it creates tourism for Nashville. They
Well-
should want to put it up.
Well,
Kind
I
of,
just
I
couldn't
guess.
believe that. Maybe it's because I am a big fan of hers, but if anybody deserved a plaque, it was her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I was annoyed,
I
to
would have
say
been
the
too.
least. But you're one of the last ones we're actually going to have do this. Because,
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
because my dad just died, and we're trying to deal with his estate. My mother, who lives upstairs, she's not doing well, and then my brother is a disabled vet, and we just found out he has cancer.
Really?
And I've been having trouble
That's
with
terrible.
my stuff too, so we're not going to do it anymore. And
Thank God I got here then.
yeah, I'm glad you
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah.
Really.
And thank you.
No.
I can't say
mean,
thank you enough. I don't
No,
know.
I'm glad you're
This
here.
is like a dream come true, really.
Because it really is about trying to share something that I would hope that someone would do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I was somebody else, even before we bought this house, I always was dying to get in here.
And
Because like a lot of things you read about the
Yeah.
house, it doesn't describe it accurately.
Yeah.
It's like it's a bi-level or whatever they call it. No, it's not. It's only 2 floors.
Yeah, it's a ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you can't, and then a lot of these people, I like to say, try and rewrite history. Like we were talking about how Patsy wore those wigs. And,
Yeah.
I really believe had she lived, she would have went to Hollywood. That would have been the next step, like Elvis.
Yeah.
That's what I
Because-
just dreamed. Like, can you imagine had she lived?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
But the one part that, one of the people that belongs to the fan club, she had told us, she had came here and she had said that Charlie told her that Patsy wore that blonde wig because he had a girlfriend that had blonde hair. And I thought, oh, okay, now I'm going to believe that. I love Elvis, but, you know, I'm not going to sport around a black wig.
Yeah.
But this is a little collage thing I made.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I should have updated
it's
it,
beautiful. I love it.
but I never did.
That is gorgeous.
But this is her up in the kitchen upstairs when she was here.
Yeah.
And, you know, some pictures of her are so much better.
See, it looks like you're kind of a scrapbooker too.
Well, no, I threw that thing together.
Wow,
But
it's
this
awesome,
is the
though.
looks you like, right? Like this.
This one's above my bed. And
I-
and the one where she's, I don't know if you got the other one. It's like this.
Oh,
this one,
yeah.
there's that one, this one, and then the yellow one.
Yeah.
That's the misty cover, you know, where she's just looking straight ahead. It's the Patsy Cline story cover.
But-
Yeah,
You know, I thought I had one. I mean, look at the way she dressed
yeah.
with the mink and they have them shoes at the museum because I saw them.
I just took a picture of them.
And then this picture came out not too long ago.
Oh, that's
Her in a
cool. I've
gold-
never seen that one.
Well, the ones that are big Charlie's team, they were furious that but see, none of this. I don't even know if there would have been a museum if he was still living.
Yeah.
I really don't. But this is where they chiseled up the floor. See this? This chunk was missing, but this whole piece
Oh dear Lord.
was completely chipped up, and it was as black as the inside of that. And you tell me they didn't see that? And there was no pieces of it or nothing. So what happened to it?
This is different layout than I thought it was. Just from your website, I thought the bar would be facing this way somehow,
Oh.
and then just how you put things together in your mind.
Well, you
It's
know that-
awesome. I love it.
Those steps is where Loretta sat and wrote that song, This Haunted House.
Oh
Have you ever heard that?
no, I haven't heard that one.
It's a
No.
cute song. Yeah, she sat there on those steps and wrote that
And
song.
2 years ago, you went there and it was raining, and then they said that that house is haunted.
This one?
No, hers.
Oh, Loretta Lynn's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
And this is so cool because it's original too,
Yeah.
right? The stairs. Is
Now-
it carpet? I wonder.
Well, no, when Patsy was here, it was just hardwood.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, sure. I don't know how comfortable it is. I'm all about what it looks like. It drives Tom nuts. Tom's like, we'll go to a furniture
You're the
store.
good stylist.
And he's like, too rough. I'm like, I don't care what it feels like. I just want it to look right.
Yeah.
So,
Do you
I'm
spell
very
it-
shallow now.
Design.
Do you spell your name with a V? I don't know if I asked
Yes.
you that. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah.
I was raised, my family, my mother and her family are Catholic, so I was raised Catholic. And to be Catholic, it should have been PH.
Right.
But my dad named me, so
Oh, yeah.
he went with the V.
I like it with a V.
I think it
I'm
looks
happy
better,
with my
too.
name with a V.
Yeah, I think it's good. Too. But they, I'm trying to think what else. Now, of course, when they did the movie,
Yeah.
they put paneling back up on this wall. Because when we got here, it was the original paneling like this is. This is all original.
Oh yeah.
But for over the years of people having their couches up against it, it was all gouged, and there used to be a big electric wall heater right in this area somewhere. I mean, it was big that Patsy would have used.
Yeah.
But somebody had left it up on high and it burnt the paneling all. So Tom and I put this drywall up. And I think it brightens it up too. Now this is
You
her-
did it. You did a wonderful job. It looks
Oh,
awesome.
thank you. Now this is her original bar, but
Yeah.
this right here, if you look at it, this is I guess you call it a facade. The Hollywood movie people made this
Oh.
for the movie.
Oh.
And the original bar's under here, and you can see, I don't know if Wilma Burgess, because you know this is what it looked like when Patsy
Yes.
was here. But Wilma, or one of them, you can see over here, they recovered it. Can you imagine they ripped all that off?
Oh.
And they did it like this.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, when the Hollywood people came here, they went to great lengths to try and make it look as, well, they made this thing, and I thought, oh, I hated to ask him. You know, you don't want to. But I did. I got one of the big shots, and I got him off to the side, and I said, what are you going to do with that when you're done? He said, why? And I said, well, I'd like to keep it. And he goes, it's yours. So they gave it to us.
Cool.
Right.
So what does the one underneath look like? How's it different then?
Well, it's just this,
I see it's like a yellowy kind
it's like this tanny gold.
Okay.
And it is a pattern like squares. But they don't have this, the tack.
So was this one was different from the ones you see in photos of the actual, like, I mean, is this the original? The original is under there, like with the studded Patsy and Charlie. No, they
I'm sure.
covered that up
Museum?
since then. Oh yeah.
That's at the museum.
Yeah, they made a record. When the Millers came here, the new museum, they took the exact measurements of this bar, and they did a replica of this, just like this.
So the actual bar then doesn't even exist, like the actual.
No, this is it.
Oh, okay.
This.
But they
all this
recovered
is-
it then.
Yes, they just
Since
recovered
they-
the front. Isn't that awful?
Yeah, that is terrible.
And Tom had often talked over the years that he wanted to do it back, but I was like, I don't want to spend the money, you know? Because we're not even down, even before he decided to do this Airbnb or whatever you call it, for the first couple of years, we used this as a TV room,
Yeah.
but the house is so big, you know, so I was like, no, I don't want to spend the money. But yeah, this is the actual countertop and our sink.
Cool.
And now this bar was added, Charlie Dick added this. Patsy only had this half.
Oh, okay.
But Charlie was here and he told us that he had somebody build this jump. That's why I see the Formica's a little different. See the pattern?
Yeah.
But Charlie said he had this built because he tried to keep people out of back here where they had the liquor. And I was like, oh, okay. Well. But the microwave is here for use, and there's snacks down here, and he's
Okay.
got some drinks in here. I don't
Oh,
know a
yummy.
lot of different
Yeah.
stuff. But,
I like pop, but I'm trying to drink more water.
oh,
I was able to lose some weight this year.
wow,
20
that's-
pounds since January.
Wow, that's good.
Made a bit of a difference.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I've gained a few back since, like I've been down to 25 actually. But
well,
I'm
it's hard to
mostly-
do that when you're going
Oh.
on vacation, and
Oh, I know.
I wouldn't want to be with somebody on a diet on a vacation.
Oh, exactly. And
you gotta think of
I
other
was here
people,
2 years
too.
ago. I know how good the food is.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Although I like Jersey food better myself. Yeah, because they have the diners, and down
Yeah.
here it's like just, you know, meat and three. But
Do you know what? So what used to be back here, was it?
behind this, it was just paneling. Just
Okay.
like
Just like these
this.
walls, yeah.
It was just straight paneling, and Patsy had her old little refrigerator over here.
Okay. With the rooster on it.
Yeah, that's right where it is.
Cool.
Have you ever seen that picture of her standing?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna incorporate it into my scrapbook
Oh,
when
that's good.
once I take all the pictures, right?
But we did replace the windows several years ago because I can't stand cruddy windows. When I lived in Philadelphia in a fourth floor, then
Yeah.
we moved into a penthouse apartment towards the end, I would hang out those fourth floor windows to wash them. I get it from my mother, I suppose. But
Yeah.
anyway, when we had the windows replaced, I said, I want those new windows to look exactly like what she had. So, you know, the framing and all
Yeah.
that. But now I can open them, and they got screens.
They're
and you
more
can use-
functional for now.
Yes. And,
Yeah.
and then I ended up giving Julie all the old original windows.
Oh, okay.
I made sure she got them.
That
I
was
put little
nice.
sticky notes on them and said,
I wonder
"This
what
is-"
she did with them.
Well, I know that they auctioned some of them off at that
yeah.
fan club thing.
Yeah.
So I know they did that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she kept some for herself. I don't
Yeah.
know. But I thought it was right that her kids, you know, that's who.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It should. Yeah.
So we reached out to her, and they came over and got them. But this is the original patio door.
Patio door.
Patio.
This is the original one.
This is the original.
Cool. 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 Cool.
And Now, when she was here, this porch, this patio, or whatever you call it, it didn't
Yes.
have the roof. There
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
a roof.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know who added that, but I'm glad they did. Because
Yeah.
yes, and it gets hot down there. Real hot. And then Tom just screened it in. Because
I love this. I love
I
the,
love that decorative block too.
it makes it more unique. That's what I love
and
about it.
it's great because it lets the light and the air in.
Yeah.
But when we came here, none of these trees out front, none of them were here, and this, it was wide open. We planted all those bushes because
yeah.
the houses you could see.
Yeah, if you want more
I love
privacy,
the
right?
But that, I'm trying to think about this.
So was this here then?
No, that wouldn't have been here either because this
Right,
was
because
just
it
a-
wouldn't have been, they just would have
Well, when
matched it.
Julie and Charlie came here, Charlie said, Patsy always talked about putting a swimming pool out there. That's what he told us. He said, she always talked about putting a swimming pool. And I was like, kind of sad. You know?
It was sad. It seemed like she worked so hard and didn't get to enjoy it, you know?
It is sad. It's a sad story, I think. And then the way, you know, her family really didn't get much after she died. They lived as they always did. Her
Yeah.
mother, she was just a seamstress. And,
Yeah.
you know, their lives really didn't change. And I'm sure had Patsy lived, she would have helped them. You know. Her sister, that's the only one that's left, so she works at Walmart.
She what? Works at Walmart? Where does she live? Does she live
She
in?
is right not far from
In Nash-
Winchester.
Oh yeah, Winchester. Yeah.
Oh, I can't think of the name of the town, but she lives. She still lives up around that area. But they don't. It's just sad. Like, you know, all the money that was made after she was gone and stuff.
And I don't think they treat, like from the books I read, they didn't treat her very well in her hometown.
Yeah,
I don't know if
that's
you've
true.
read many of her books,
Yeah,
but they
and
were.
I believe all that too.
Yeah.
I think you know how people are. They act like they're happy for your success. That's what I found out. We came here.
Oh, okay.
So we cemented that because it was just a. And years ago, I painted that record on there, but it's so faded and stuff. I need to touch it up.
You did it yourself?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it used to
awesome.
be pretty.
Well, it still is. I think it's cool.
Well, now it's kind of. That's
Here's your doggies.
yes, and they.
Oh, hi,
That-
puppies.
That kind of looks like an eyesore. Here, stop that. That's kind of an eyesore there, but we have so many coyotes here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do you, Kyle? Oh,
So,
Oh, they might get your dog.
that's exactly right. And we got hogs, and they'll take it
yes. Same with up where we are.
too. So,
Yeah.
I had Tom make that horrible looking cage, but at least I know that I don't have to, I don't have to worry about them.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm trying to think.
I would like my kitties to go outside too, but I'm scared of that too, like them getting picked up.
Well, I thought
Yeah.
somebody said, really, you shouldn't let cats outside.
Yeah. Well, we don't unless they're supervised. Yeah. But they're mostly indoor. These new ones I haven't even let outside. I don't know if I will. But
I'd be afraid.
especially after paying that much money. But
Oh. That would be
so
about the
so
only thing to do.
that brick part, that carport was all there.
That
before?
wasn't here. We added that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we added that because we always have so many cars, and when it's raining, it's just easier to pull in there and then go through the door.
Oh, okay. So none of this brickwork was here before.
No, we added
Oh,
that.
oh, okay.
It was just the wall. It was just that wall, and
Oh.
like I said, those bushes weren't there, and that house over there is kind of close.
Yeah, it is.
I like my privacy, so we
Yeah.
put the bushes in, and now they got nice and big. But of course now we put that horrible looking cage there, so it kind of ruins the look.
Well, you don't I don't know. I never noticed it too much with the brickwork. You focus more on this brick anyway. So if you're out here, anyway, I never thought that in my mind. It looked horrible.
Well,
I didn't even notice it too much.
it looked better when we, like anything, after the years go by. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else.
Was there anything about the backyard that?
No, that's the same.
Yeah.
It's just as it was.
Like, was all this concrete pathway there, or
No,
did you add that?
Tom put that because
Oh,
of the
yeah.
dogs.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
actually,
And that fire pit down there, or that not fire pit?
no,
But,
that's like the septic thing.
oh.
Yeah, you can call it a fire pit if you like.
It looks like there's a bench there or something.
Yeah, no, but when we bought the house, do you see that? Not this huge tree, but the second tree.
Yeah.
Like that's her clothesline and stuff. But
Oh.
that second tree,
Yeah.
when we bought the house, that was where our yard ended.
Oh.
So, Tom found out that the people that lived in the house over there, they owned that chunk. Just from that tree to the old fence there, they have horses back there. But, so Tom reached out to the people that owned that,
Yeah.
and he said, "Do you want to sell that?" And they said, "Yes." So we bought that.
Oh. Good for
So
you.
now it's, it makes more sense.
Yeah. Good for you.
But yeah, that was as big as the yard was.
That poodle must have been hers. Just kidding.
No, no, it just like
Just
I said, it just so happens that this mid-century stuff. That's what we like. So
Yeah.
once we got it here, some people think that maybe some of this was hers, but it wasn't. But I do know that when Julie was here, she said her mom had a set kind of like this, but Patsy only had the lounge chair, and I think she said one single chair.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know exactly what it looked like. But Julie has the metal, but these old cushions, most of them didn't hold up.
No.
And really the metal isn't good without the cushions.
No.
So,
It was so long ago too. Like
That's right.
yeah.
and like Julie said, they just kept using this lounge,
Yeah.
So, but, yeah,
Well, you made it nice back here. Very nice.
well, thanks. This table doesn't match. I got this, we have a little place up in Jersey by the beach, and my house up there I did in pink as opposed to
Yeah.
turquoise. So this is actually supposed to go up there, but I just haven't gotten around to get it out of here.
Oh yeah.
But it looks better when I just have that here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. I told you about the drinks and the snacks.
Yeah.
And the towels and everything you'll need are above the dryer there on that
Okay.
shelf.
Yeah.
I don't know, hopefully the TV, do you know how to operate that stuff? Because I don't.
I'm not too worried about it.
Aren't you?
I'll just enjoy being. In the
Well, what about
surroundings.
her? Maybe she
I'm
needs
okay.
it. Because
If she turns, just kidding.
if you can't get it on, Tom knows how to do it.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh,
I
sure.
don't. But my little great nephew, he's got some like game thing that he plays when he's
Oh,
here,
yeah.
and so I don't know. I don't know if it'll.
Does it have a remote?
Yeah, right there.
Just put it in.
Is a fireplace? Was that here before?
Yeah, that's
Oh, okay.
here.
Cool.
Do this one?
Or what about that little one? What do you think that
This
operates?
one? TV input? Oh, little one? Oh, this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
We can work on it later.
But that
Okay. I'm
yeah,
not sure.
I'm not sure either. See, that's the problem. And Tom showed me 10 times, but I still don't remember what he said. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Of course, that's the original ceiling. When they filmed, they had to take all the ceiling fans down.
Oh.
I guess because of the camera crew, and they're not period.
Yeah, they're more. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense, I guess.
So they had to take that down, and what filming they did here, they used our living room furniture and our dining room furniture upstairs. And I had 2 of those gold chairs. They'll be in the movie, but they actually brought some furniture. They rented an old couch and they put the couch here. They brought a little rug. So when you see the movie, I hope it don't look too hodgepodge. That's all.
I've been waiting for this movie. I've been seeing them advertising it. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I'm very anxious to see it. Very. I just hope, like I said, my own personal thing, I just hope this, because they went in my garage and they took like old lamps that, and they brought them in here and put them on, like that dresser will be in the movie. I'm pretty sure they left that there. And they got in my garage and dug through my stuff and was just putting all this stuff everywhere, and I was like, ooh, because I didn't think it matched. But
This looks like it's original.
it is. That's all part of the intercom system.
Oh, right.
And they say that she used to have that on a lot. They say she had that on a lot, I guess, to see how much they were playing her records on the radio. You know?
I have a sleep apnea machine. Is it alright if I move something? to put the
Yes.
machine on?
Yes. Yeah, you just make yourself at home.
Okay.
What's behind that door?
That's the garage.
Oh, the garage? Oh,
It
I
has-
see.
This house has a whole storage area, just like this whole big chunk. It's the same thing behind this.
Oh,
And then back there behind the large room is a 2-car garage.
oh.
The house is pretty big, really. It doesn't look it from the outside, but it's 4 bedrooms and 3 baths.
Oh, wow.
That's a big house.
Yeah.
So-
It looks like it might be big to me. Like, that's what I didn't think. Oh, this
yeah,
is
it
small.
is.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But yeah, if these walls could talk, I'm sure that, there was a lot of things that we would love to know. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen. And over the years, we've had things happen while we were here, like when we used to use this as a TV room. There were several times we heard someone walking upstairs, and it sounded like somebody in high heels. And we were like, what the? And then, we've had different things, like when we first bought the house, and we were like, the old people had wallpaper everywhere. And we were stripping the wallpaper, and then we'd come over, and the intercom would be playing. Nobody turned it on.
Spooky.
Yeah. Just stuff like that, We've had a lot of things like that happen since we lived here.
Wow.
Really. But it was nothing scary or,
No.
Yeah.
So,
This is wonderful. I like it.
well, good, I'm glad. And maybe a little later, are you just going to be here a while, or what are you doing?
I'll stay here as long as I need to, as long as I can see upstairs.
Oh, yeah, but that's what I was going to say. Maybe a little later you could come up and see it.
Yeah, I would. Just tell me when's the best for you
Well,
guys, and
Yeah, I'll have to.
I'll plan it. Or
It might be, I don't want to mess up your whole day, though. You know what I'm saying?
well,
But-
this was my whole day. The only other thing I was thinking of doing was, I know there's a Forest Lawn Cemetery. I was telling Thomas that we wanted to go see because I researched it, and I know it's like really close.
Yes, it's just when you go out and you get down here where you get on Dickerson
Yes.
Pike, you get on, Dickerson runs this way.
Yeah.
So you'll come down, and when you get to Dickerson Road, you make a right, and you just go down there. I'm not good with,
Oh, that's okay.
My
We have a GPS.
Oh,
already.
okay.
So
Well, then-
and I have the address already.
Oh, okay.
On my itinerary.
Well, you'll see. You'll have to go. I think it's called Music Row. It's the
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
cemetery with all the flowers on it.
Okay.
Forest lawn, I think it's
Yes.
called. And you'll see all these flowers on the grave. It'll be on the right. And you go in, and it might be like the second or third little driveway or alley or whatever you call it. And I think it's called Music Row. You'll have to turn in there and you'll see all of them. You'll have to get out and walk because
Oh, yeah.
they're flat stones. They're not. And you'll see Randy Hughes and
Cowboy Copus, Hawkshaw Hawkins.
and String Bean and his wife are buried there
Oh,
too.
cool. We'll have to
Yeah.
look for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name? Aikman?
Yeah, I think so.
Aikman,
Something
but I
like that.
forget his first name.
Yeah. He was murdered, too.
Yeah, that's right. Right here in Goodlettsville.
Was he? Oh,
They
I
lived
didn't
in
realize
a
that.
little shack.
Wow.
Yes, a little shack, and he was very old-fashioned, and he didn't believe in banks, so he would, hide his money and stuff. Well, these two hoodlums,
That was horrible.
they decided that they were going to go rob their little shack while he was on the Opry. So as long as they could hear him on the Opry, they knew where he was. And String Bean, he was so practical or whatever, but yet they had a brand new Cadillac. And his wife drove, String Bean never did. So when they got out there on the other side of Goodlettsville, he used to take a string and tie it across the end of the driveway. That way he knew if somebody went back in there. Well, when they pulled up, the string was busted down.
Oh.
So they had already knew somebody had been there,
Oh, wow.
and then he fought them, and they killed him, and then Estelle was her name. She got out of the car and tried to run, and they gunned her down right out there in the yard. Terrible.
Yeah.
And that one guy, the one hoodlum died in jail. The other one just got out of prison, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
They left him out. And a lot of these old country stars vowed that if those two ever came up for parole or anything, they'd be at the hearing.
Yeah.
Only one ever showed up at towards the end. And that was Jan Howard, who's going to be, a character of hers going to be in this movie. I was thrilled when I heard
I was
that.
hoping somehow I'd get to meet her, but
Well,
I got a signed autograph book from her
she's
when I went to her
90
stuff. Yeah, I know she's.
Because when we did
yeah.
the historical sign, I reached out to Julie and said, would you be interested in coming? And she said, yeah. So another friend of mine, he knows a lot of country people. And he brought Jan Howard over for it. So she was in the pictures that they took and everything. I was so
Cool,
glad.
cool.
Because, she was good friends with Patsy. Mm-hmm. And, that story they say that, who was it they said gave Loretta her first pair of high heels and taught her how to walk in them? Well, that's not true. The person that did that was Jan Howard.
After Steve Shuri gave us a tour of Patsy Cline's rec room, Susan and I drove 5 minutes north to the Forest Lawn Cemetery. We saw Music Row, and it had graves of country music stars. I wanted to see Hawkshaw Hawkins, Cowboy Copus, and Randy Hughes' graves. They, of course, died in the plane crash with Patsy Cline on March 5th, 1963. One of the first graves we came upon was Lefty Frizzell's, which you will see right here. And a little ways up from that, we came across Hawkshaw Hawkins' grave. And here's me beside it. And Susan. Right across the road, we found the graves of Cowboy Copus and Randy Hughes. Randy Hughes, of course, was Patsy Cline's manager. I was also able to find the grave of Jack Anglin. He was part of the duo Johnny and Jack. And Johnny was married to Kitty Wells. And Jack died on his way to Patsy Cline's funeral on March 7th, 1963. Patsy Cline is actually buried in Winchester, Virginia. After the funeral, her body was flown there. The next photos, Susan and I returned to Patsy's dream house, and Thomas Corridor showed us upstairs. So I took these pictures. Here's the kitchen. There's a picture of Loretta Lynn making a phone call by this desk. There's Thomas Corder. He showed us around the top. There is her den. Here is her living room. And there's a nice one of Thomas Corder and Susan Noss coming up here. And then he showed us down the hallway. He showed us her famous gold bathroom. And I sort of read about it, but I actually got to see the gold tile trim that was in it. It was kind of cool to see. And here is some more of her bathroom. You can see the gold in the tile. And coming up, we're going to continue on with my video. I took some more video of the rec room, the horses in the field behind her backyard, and the cattle at the end of her street. So enjoy.
This is Patsy's clothesline. And then this is the back of the house. Just came through there. Their dog runs right there. And they said their horses are out in the field. There's kind of the neighbors. Try not to swing this too long. Okay, I'm gonna go see them. I'm gonna go to this. This is Patsy Cline's backyard. Susan's coming through there too. Oh, there they are. They're out here, Susan. The horses came up to see us. Look over here, Susan. Look over here. Oh, sorry. Oh. They're beautiful. Oh, let's get rid of those flies. Okay.
Flies bugging you.
Yeah.
Flies bugging the horses.
Here, do you want to get me petting them?
Okay. Steve's petting the horse. Nice horse.
Beautiful horse and
There you
flies
go.
back here.
Yeah. Friendly horsies.
Thank you. They probably want some food, some apples or something.
You don't got any apples.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna film one last time around everywhere.
Okay. Should I get the food ready?
Sure.
Where'd you put the bag?
I don't know. Did you unload them?
Huh?
Did you unload them? Oh. Okay, there's a trap door thing, or for the attic. And there's this light, and then there's all these photos going up this side. There's Brenda Lee, Dean Martin, Doris Day, Tammy Martin. This vintage lamp, probably original to the house. And Patsy Cline record covers. And it's Connie Francis, Jan Howard. This is cool. Railing thing. Susan's putting stuff away. Turn this light on. Okay. Some original railings, cool. Okay. There's this thing that's kind of cool. Volume off intercom range. Listen, talk. New tone. That's what they all said throughout the house. This door leads to the garage, which is, they park in the front on the other side here, and it's storage all the way to the back on the other side. And this is a cool collage that Steve did. It'll be hard to capture it all in here, but some neat photos. Okay. And then this is a kind of back entry door. Got stuff in these cupboards here. And the sink is original, I believe. Probably not the fixtures and stuff. Actually, their toilet seats are kind of neat too. Got like silver flecks in them. And then there's this whole mirror. And this Elvis and Anne Margaret poster. And then that area. Got a wall-mounted thing, Tennessee plastic inquiry. And then they kind of did a cool job of this bathroom area. Okay, stay open. The flooring's kind of cool. And this is a little shower. Step into it. It's got this pulls closed. Flip it on there. And I had my shower here this morning. Put some tile in there. And of course there's all this original flooring. Turn that off. Okay, go back through here. I think this leads to the garage. It's locked. And here's just under the stairs. There's no light. But
Did you get this cool
huh?
pillow? Look at the nice pillow. Cool.
Yeah. This is Susan's horrendously messed bed. I got
It's
that.
gonna make it up anyway.
I know, I'm just kidding.
You don't have to make it up. Here.
Kind of an elephant.
Here, put this in the top.
Here.
Just leave it.
There's that chair.
Yeah, fix it.
And here's the
I'll fix it.
fireplace.
I'll fix it.
Original too. And there's the window, suitcases on there. Kitchen. Apparently they made this for the movie, right?
Yeah.
The facade.
Then you have
But the original's underneath.
it's a duplicate in there too, I think.
Yeah. And this countertop's original. It's got little gold flecks in it too. And the sink's original. Probably not the fixtures. This paneling is all original. I should turn this thing off now. They don't even need that on really. Okay. This is cool too. Let's see, it says this is Patio-rama. I don't know if you can see it. Patio-rama. These are original doors too. Okay. This is out here. The swing here. And then if you go through this way, it's all screened in, which is nice. There's all this. And the garden area. This is that Patsy Cline record thing he painted. Here. Of course, here's this. This gate's cool. Okay. This gate. This wall and stuff was put up afterwards, apparently. Like none of this back area is put in. There's our rental. Backyard. What's cool is there's those, what are they? Clotheslines, one's there. And there's that one down there. I think those were here. And then I picked leaves from this yard. And then there's kind of a field back here. Walking up to the field where the horses were. And it's 9:27. It's getting hot already. And you can hear these locusts. They're locusts. I talked to Steve in the front yard this morning for quite a while. He said, yeah, those are locusts. That's the neighbor's house. And there's Patsy. Okay, here's the back of the house. Here's the garage, which we didn't see. I'm just going to go around to the front here. I've got that new sign I'll show you. And apparently Steve and them have been there about 7 years, Steve and Thomas. And in that time, a lot of these trees and shrubs he's planted himself. Squirrel over there. Okay, and there's 850 Nella Drive. These lights were good last night, they're pretty bright. And let's read this. Patsy's Dream Home. This is a dream home of country music icon Patsy Cline, born in Virginia, Patterson, Hemsley in 1932. Roy Acock offered her a job by the age of 16, but she opted to stay with a local group back home in Winchester, Virginia. She changed her name in 1953 and debuted on the Grand Ole Opry in 1955. She got her big break in 1957 singing Walking After Midnight on Arthur Godfrey's Talent Scouts. In 1975, she became the first female solo artist inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. So I'm sort of reading at the same time. I have to go closer so you can see that too. But this is her neighbors. Ooh, I see cows down there too. I should go look at them now. Just coming closer to get this. Historic community. Top. National and Davidson County. So there's her house, and I'm gonna walk down to the cows. Down here I can see them in the shade.